How's it going, everybody? Funky. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at your little Curvo Go, Genie. Wait, do you have a pet? Oh my god, does your Curvo have a little pet? That's so cute. I love that. Yes, little pet. Yes. Go, little rock star. Oh my god, and your Curvo is a rock star. So therefore, his pet is a little rock star. How's everyone doing today? Coffee, how was your party? Did you eat all the Tim Hortons for us? Although apparently Tim Hortons isn't as good anymore, and the Burger King got it, but still, Tim Hortons is Tim Hortons, man. You know, it's Timmy's. It's Timmy's. Always fresh, always Tim Hortons. What is the Wendy's phrase? Didn't Wendy's used to be like, we don't cut corners, and that's why their burgers were square? But what is it now? Subway's is Subway, eat fresh. McDonald's is ba-da-ba-ba-ba. More Timmys than I should have? Good, I'm glad, Coffee Man. That's awesome. You deserve all the Timmys. I can't think of the life of me what Wendy's is, though. I feel like I knew it. We got you? Wendy's catchphrase is, we got you. Not just different, deliciously different is what it was before 2019. Now that's better? You know when it's real. Oh my god, they change their slogan so often. Oh my god, really? Wendy's, just pick one and stick with one. No, no one's gonna remember that. We got you. That's awful. Jesus. I love Wendy's. As a kid, like, man, I loved their burgers. They tasted better than any other fast food restaurant's burgers. They're so good, man. So good. So delish. Sounds like a threat. We got you. We got your number. When you registered online, we remembered your email. We will track you down. Buy our burgers. It's so weird. do they teach the people who work there to use that now? Like, if they ask for ketchup, like, hey, can I have some ketchup? Yeah, no. We got you. Hey man, can we have some like extra forks and knives? Yeah, man. We got you. Like, oh, okay. Just wanted some plastic utensils, please. What is my fave? I failed till adult meal. Love it, coffee cups. Love it. We went to a Burger King the other day, and it was the biggest Burger King I've ever seen. It was massive. It was like the size of a food court at some malls. It was so big. I was blown away by the size of it. Cat! Hello, Cat. How's it going? We have big burger. Car? Meep, meep. Kerchow. Love it. Kat, we were talking about fast food slogans. Wendy's is currently, we got you. It sounds seductive almost. Like, come to Wendy's. We got you. Like, no, thank you. I'll pass. Burger Kings? I don't know. Do they? No? And yeah, I don't think I've heard of a Burger King one. Subway's is the eat fresh. I can't think of any fast food restaurants off the top of my head in general. You used to work at Wendy's? Cat, did they ever make you say, "We got you"? Was that like a slogan where, like, you know, if you were at the Wendy's, they're like, "Oh, thanks. Yeah, pull through. We got you." Do you ever have to say that? I'm just curious, because that's apparently their current slogan. Got you. If I had a ColeHillChills restaurant, my slogan would probably be "Eat fast," but not too fast. I don't know. Eat fast, but don't choke. Isn't Burger King's "Have It Your Way"? Oh yeah, that's right. Have it your way. I remember that. I do remember that. Eat fast, choked. I know. I feel like if it was just eat fast, we would have so many lawsuits of like kids trying to eat quickly and then like choking on their food. Like that would not go well. That would not go well. But it's okay because we would put slits down all the hot dogs we sell. Wendy's was the worst job of my life. I fully believe that. Fully believe that, Cat. Fully. Any job in a fast food restaurant. Eat orange peels. No! That's my brother's restaurant. That's not my restaurant. Oh. I don't know. I don't know what my slogan would be. It would be hard to make one. Just something with like... fast food. I don't know. Fast food, healthy choices. How about that, guys? How's that first? It's gross. Gotta eat pretty quick, but not too quick, but just quick enough. Anyways, today we're finally getting back to Ace Attorney. We left on the giant cliffhanger last week, where Maya's still locked in the cage being a demon, and the evil ex-girlfriend of Phoenix Wright is like, I have to tell you the truth. So we're gonna go find the truth, guys. Find your truth, guys. Find your truth. I am much excited. I do not wish to know my truth. No, Genie, know your truth, you know? Know your truth. There are some very over-the-top people I went to school with who would say shit like that. Like, know your truth, man, you know? Just like, know your truth. It's like, what does that mean? Could you be any more specific? Yeah! I'm so excited you're excited too, Cat. All right. The inner temple. Right. Is this what God was talking about? Clem, that's not fair. You can't say that and not have me not explain it. What? I remember this case being... Oh, it was a wild ride. It was crazy. Anyways, one of those people is someone related to me. Who now says, manifest it. Manifest that shit. We make fun of it all the time. Yeah! At the trick locks! Now then, Iris, please remove these at once. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm afraid I can't. It's not possible for me. What? All people who say know your truth probably also say manifest it. That is true. That is true. During that earthquake, when the cavern was in danger of caving in, Iris escaped. And I know that there was only one lock when I last came here. That's right. She is tagging along. So you're saying that you can't undo those new locks? Yes. Said both of these things to me? Wow. That's wild, Genie. See, that's why I don't go to therapy. I could find everything they'd say to me online, you know? It's simple as that. She was also adamant that I should attempt, not try, whatever that means. Oh, I hate when people try to like switch words around. Like, no. It's about the way you think of things. You have to attempt, not try. What's the difference? They mean the same thing. Are you trying to be Yoda?
There is no do. No, there is no try. Do only.
Yesterday, I have a dream about Phoenix Wright. Oh, yeah! yeah, she's alive, unfortunately. Yes. If only I was stronger.
Edgeworth, how are you feeling? You look a little pale in the face.
Like you're one to talk with your face all green. Miles Edgeworth, go and get some air. I'll watch over the suspect. You go and get a grip on yourself. Don't be ridiculous. I'm perfectly fine. There's no telling what sort of mistake you could make in your current state. Go and get some rest. That's your only concern now, Miles Edgeworth. She's being kind to him. Understood. I'll handle the investigation in the garden. You take care of things here. Aw, Edgeworth. He wants to be there for me.
Edgeworth! He's got so much pride that he's probably off crying in the corner of the garden.
Pride is simply another trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. At any rate, it seems that this is where we part ways, Phoenix Wright. You just said you were going to look after the suspect. I'm going to stay here and see if I can't help solve these bothersome puzzles.
I see. Well, thanks for your help.
You.
Now then, do you mind if I ask you a few things, Iris?
No, not at all. We have a lot of things to talk about.
Why did you make a run for it, Iris?
I'm sorry. I heard the inner temple had been severely shaken by the strong earthquake we had. I was so worried. I just had to come and see and then put 5 more bolts on it.
In other words, you didn't run away to escape the law. At least we're clear on that.
I can't tell you how relieved I was when I saw the sacred cavern was all right, but...
But what? Von Karma is like the worst fortune cookie. Oh, I've had fortune cookies that aren't even fortunes. They're just like advice. It's like, I can't remember off the top of my head now. It's just like, it's stuff like, be nice to people. Or like, it's the, just general advice like, thanks? I guess I'll do that.
Then I saw these chains here. I saw all these extra locks that someone had put on the sacred cavern's door, and... Who in the world would do something like this?
You? You're the only person here.
These trick locks are a sacred treasure of the Korean tradition. There are hundreds of ways to set them. That's why only the person who set the lock can open it.
And you aren't the one who set the locks.
I don't think it's that simple, Frenzika von Karma.
Why did we say her full name?
When we were here the first time, there was only 1 lock. But now, somehow, there's 5 of them.
And a lot more chains.
What does that mean?
Don't play dumb with me.
It means that someone wanted to secure the place even more. And they wanted to secure it before you got here, Iris.
Defying my fortune cookie advice gives me a tiny bit of thrill. You can't tell me what to do, mass-printed paper. You know what? I won't be nice to people, you stupid piece of paper.
Presumably because they wanted to make sure Maya couldn't get out. This means that Iris can only open one of these locks. The first one.
Yes, that's correct.
What?
Iris, try to think, please. Isn't there any way around this?
Well, like I said, there are hundreds of different ways to set these locks. I suppose if I went through every combination with each one, I could remove them. But...
it will take time, won't it?
yes, about a day if I had to guess.
A whole day?
Well, that's better than leaving the locks in place. Will you do this for us?
Sure, I'll do whatever I can.
We've gotta wait another day? Hang in there, Maya. You're gonna have to call on your inner strength now.
She better come out like the strongest, what does she call it again? Acolyte ever.
You know what, Iris? There's still one thing I don't quite get.
And what might that be, Phoenix Wright?
I think it's obvious. Iris, on the night of the murder, where were you? Please, Iris, don't give me that look. You told us that you were in your room with Hazakura Temple at the time of the incident, but you were seen the same evening at Inner Temple. And then, you were spotted at the scene of the crime in Hazakura Temple too.
Right, Genie? It's always Maya. Never anybody else. Always Maya. Being spotted at both Hazakura Temple and the Inner Temple is as if you were...
Well, Iris, I think it's about time you told us the truth.
Oh, God. Ugh. These locks, man. These locks.
I knew it. There's something going on here that we don't know about.
Don't give me that look. Alright. I don't know if we have everything we need to, like, bust open her heart, but let's try it anyways. Alright, Maya. Not Maya, sorry, Iris. Eat the Magatama. Eat it. Cat. Go back to bed.
I think it's time you told the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time. Do you still claim that to be the truth?
Yes, that's where I was.
Iris, I believe you're innocent. That's why I want to believe what you're telling me too. But I can't. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder.
Bikini. I'm interested. Don't you suppress me. Suppress these.
I'm talking about Sister Bikini, of course.
Sister Bikini?
Her testimony in court today was very clear.
The night I was helping an acolyte with... Do you get all that?
Sister Bikini didn't just see you, she spoke with you. You two talked about Maya's training that night. So you see, Iris, you were there at the Inner Temple the night of the murder.
That's very impressive, Mr. Wright.
That's it?
The Acolyte's actual training was due to start after 10 o'clock that night. I left the main hall early so I wouldn't be late.
What time was that?
Let me see. It takes about 20 minutes to walk between the main hall and the Inner Temple, so if you carry the 5, I would have left about 10:40 or 9:40, I think.
I'm sorry, Iris, but line doesn't suit you.
Huh?
Now, you say you left the main hall at 9:40, but what you say doesn't add up with...
What does that not line up with? 9:40? Autopsy report 10 to 11. Weather report? No. Yes, cat. Yes. Would you like to offer some assistance? Oh, I can see both versions. Interesting. You say you left the main hall at 9:40. What you say doesn't add up with this. Amazing. Thank you, cat. What else has a time to it? None of these really... Maybe her own testimony? You say you left the main hall at 9:40. What you'd say doesn't add up with... No, I don't think I have anything. Okay, let's... Maybe I can't break her open yet. Ah, Woolly Bear. Can I show her anything? Yo, look at this. Oh. Oh, I can't ask her about anything. Okay. Okay, cool. The garden? Edgeworth? Edgeworth, my love, are you okay?
The cops are still, combing the place. They look pretty nervous. And I'd be nervous too. It's gotta be a tough job. Especially with someone giving you the evil eye the whole time.
Mutter. How could I have done that?
Wow, I can't believe it's still bothering him. Edgeworth. No. Hey, don't you dare run.
Imagine him full on sprinting away. What do you want, Wright?
What do I want?
If you came here to laugh at me, then get on with it. Go on, laugh away.
Sigh. I was ready to hug it out with him.
Oh, Phoenix wants a hug.
But he's just the same prideful Edgeworth. You went back to the Criminal Affairs Department, right? You said you wanted to look into something concerning Iris.
Yes. And thanks to what I found, I was reminded of something terrible.
Oh? What did you find, Edgy boy? You guys are putting a lot of effort into the investigation of the garden here, huh?
There's a high chance this is the actual scene of the crime. That's why.
You mean because of the writing in blood and the talisman in the snow?
Exactly. As you know, those things couldn't have been planted here after the murder.
But surely, you don't suspect Maya, do you?
We have to treat everyone as a suspect. Maya as well as Iris. It's our job, right? But it's her mom. Oh, what should I have pressed, Cat? Do tell.
So, I guess you still haven't gotten over your fear of earthquakes.
No, though thankfully my nightmares have stopped. But still, if the ground gives even the slightest tremor, I find myself short of breath.
17 years ago, when we were little school kids at the same element school, Edgeworth found himself in the middle of a murder.
Yes, there's a big earthquake. Her own testimony? How does it wait, walk me through your train of thought, Cat? I'm lost. It says her testimony says she was in the hall at 10. Oh! Wait, yeah, that makes sense. She rang the lights out bell at 10, and it takes 20 minutes. Then it would have been 10:20 when she rang it? Is that what? I think I know. I think I see what you're saying, Kat. I'll try that afterwards. Yes, I was stuck in the elevator with my father, who was a defense attorney. We were deprived of oxygen, and we passed out. That's when it happened. That single gunshot shattered my whole life. I lost everything that day, all because of that earthquake. My dreams, my family, and myself.
It's been more than 17 years now. And that case was finally resolved 2 years ago, right?
You think I don't know that? I was there, but it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life. I'm sorry, Wright. There's nothing else I can say. Not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake. And not after you saved me.
Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of this self-pity, okay?
There was something that bothered me about her from the moment we met. I felt like I'd seen her somewhere before. No, wait. Not somewhere. I felt like I'd seen her in court before.
So you went back to the criminal affairs department to look for her file?
You big strong man. You big strong man. punches his arm like, oh, Edgeworth, have you been working out? Oh, those muscles. You're strong. Big strong man. Yes, I checked every case file I've ever worked on, and I was right. I had seen her face before, 6 years ago.
6 years ago?
It was my first appearance in court, and as cases go, it was my worst nightmare.
So? Who is she?
I'm sorry, Wright. I can't give that information away to a member of the general public.
What? Why not?
Sorry, my voice is...
It might be the crucial piece of the puzzle that solved this case.
The woman I knew was the daughter of a jewelry store owner. She had nothing to do with Iris and Hazakura Temple, and neither did the case. No, that woman is completely unrelated to this murder.
Unrelated?
Yes, I can say that with complete confidence.
You're wrong, Edgeworth. She's totally related to this case. I need to fill Edgeworth in. I need to explain. Also, I need to explain the connection between Iris and the woman Edgeworth knew.
Can I show her? Jesus. Can I show him something? I don't know. Iris. Apparently, Iris was taken in by her sisters here at the temple when she was a child. However, we still don't know much about her past, so we're looking into it.
That reminds me. Edgeworth went back to the criminal affairs department to look up some stuff on her.
Yeah, can I ask what he found? No? What else can I show him? Can I show her? Another victim we know nothing about, same as always. I hope you'll tell me if you know something about our mystery woman, right?
I know that Elise Dixnia was no ordinary visitor to the temple, but her true identity could be a useful weapon for the defense, and I can't give that away just like that.
But we're working on the same team. We're on the same team now. Ah! Yo, Master, how's it going, dude? Can I see the characters? Yeah, of course, Cat. Boop-a-doo. Who are you looking for? Master, how you doing, man? How is Master doing today? Mr. M. How do I... Yeah, no worries, Cat. How do I want to know about Iris. I want to know. Will you show me? I want to know about the something love.
I'm finally getting to the bottom of this case.
No, we're not. Oh, awesome, Master, man. Great Ace Attorney 2. Wait, that's the one with Ryanosuke. Sorry, however you actually pronounce his name, right? The new one that just came out? I think I'm missing something? What am I missing?
I can count on Iris to break those locks, so I should try to gather more clues.
Some of his marbles? Oh, I left those in Canada, coffee cups.
From his sister, from his bikini, Edgeworth, Gumshoe, and Pearls.
Oh, we can talk to Pearls? Well, let's talk to Pearls. Oh, okay, so the second, gotcha. We haven't played the second one yet. I'm really excited to start it after this.
It's weird that there's no one around all of a sudden. It sure gets quiet up here in the mountain when you're all on your own, except for that one bird that follows me everywhere. Speaking of alone, I guess I should go check out this shack just down this path. Maybe I'll find Larry there sulking again.
Reno Sake. People who love anime in Japan gonna. I love anime and Japan. It's just his name I can't pronounce. Rhino Sake? I don't know. We call him Ryan. Ryan Asuke Naruto. That's what we call him. Oh, can I go here? No. I don't remember you having any Marvel's Canada. Shh, coffee. Shh. Let me have my moment, okay? That's a you thing, Cole. Fine. I call him Ryan, but you guys also call him Ryan as well. I've seen you guys do it. I've seen you guys give in. Runo, because Iris calls him Runo. Oh, yes. I love her. Oh, wait. Her name's Iris too, isn't it? There's 2 Irises in this universe.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
Pearls, what are you doing here?
Nothing. What about Mystic Maya? Is she all right?
Well, we don't know yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, what do you think you're doing here, Nick?
Larry?
This is the loser's shack, where losers get together to lose themselves.
This is the what?
Hey, we find comfort in each other's failures, okay? You got a problem with that?
Look, Mr. Nick, Mr. Lore sent a picture of me.
That's, great, Pearls.
We're going to gather firewood now. We'll be cooking some half-rotten potatoes over a miserable little campfire. Gross. At the loser shack. Yeah, she has the biggest forehead in this game entirely. So, stay out of our way.
I don't believe this. Why can't you try getting fired up over becoming a better man?
No one believes a word I say anymore. Listen to me, Pearl. You don't want to trust this kind of guy, okay? He'll only let you down. Butts, shut up. It's her solar panel.
Oh, Mystic Maya.
Oh, I haven't played that game yet, so I don't really know Apollo. I meant in this game, at least.
Larry, is there something you want to tell me about this picture?
Hey, I got nothing to say to you, Nick. My life's here now, with Pearl. 2 losers cooking potatoes together forevermore. Why? Why is Pearl's all sad?
What am I gonna do with him? All right then. What do you think about this picture, Pearls?
I think it's really well drawn. I can't draw at all, so I think it's really amazing.
See, someone appreciates it. It's tough getting the flames to look like that, you know? Larry, calling a child a loser. Yeah, right? You gotta, like, foster this child's growth, you know? Be like, no, you're not a loser. You'll grow up to be great. He's just like, no, we're both losers.
It's supposed to be Sister Iris flying through the air, isn't it? I love it. It's like a dream, a wonderful fantasy.
No, it wasn't a dream. She really flew, I'm telling you. Iris really flew that night.
But Mr. Loris...
Not you too. Please don't look at me like that, Pearl. Don't look at me like I'm some kind of nutcase, I beg you.
I guess this picture really is a representation of what Larry thinks he saw.
Okay, so I was half asleep when I was here that night. But I was wide awake after the lightning struck. And I saw what I saw. It was exactly like a drew a picture.
Now it looks like I don't have any choice but to take this sketch at face value.
Hey, what's with the look of down on your face? As bagels on her. I think they look more like pretzels to me. Okay, yes, Cat, absolutely.
Pearls?
Yes, Mr. Nick.
I've been meaning to ask you about the night of the murder. What were you, where were you, and what exactly were you doing when it all happened?
I was just, well, I'm just a kid, you I'm just a baby. I'm just a baby.
If Larry is banned, you know what? That's true, Coffee Cups. That's true.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't really matter what I was doing, does it, Mr. Nick?
Sorry, Pearls, but yes, it does. On the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Miss Dexium's room reading a book. But Miss Dexium was murdered, and you, Pearls, were at the inner temple. Just what exactly happened that night, Pearls?
I'm really sorry, Mr. Nick.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, not you too, Pearls. Whoa! What?
I've been a bad girl. That's why I'm being punished.
Whoa! I think that's the most you've ever seen on someone.
What are you talking about, Pearls?
My spiritual power, it has disappeared.
What? Her powers disappeared?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Dare play the kid card, Pearl. You're more mature than Maya, honestly, though.
What do you mean your powers have disappeared, Cole?
Pearls? Sorry, I saw Master say my name, and I replaced Pearl's name with my own. I am starting a Kickstarter campaign for Cole's pronunciation classes. Anyone contribute? I'm sure Coffee Cups would be the highest donator on that Kickstarter. What did I say wrong this time?
It's all over for me. A spirit medium who can't channel spirits is like a painter who can't paint.
Hey, what are you looking at me for?
Pearls, do you try to channel someone's spirit right here at the Hazakura Temple?
Who would we make fun of then? True, it's like you can't have a straight, you can't get rid of straight Larry because then we wouldn't have the token straight character. If you get rid of my pronunciation, you can't have someone to make fun of. You can't. We can still make fun of him for the lack of Vine knowledge. Oh, guys. Get him Vine classes. I'd go to that. I'd take some Vine classes.
Tried but failed, perhaps.
Way to go, Nick. You made her cry. That was really cruel of you.
Just as I thought. I'm gonna have to break her psyche locks to get the truth out of her.
No. It's been a long time since anyone called me a boomer. Did you cut your hair or did you tie it? Tied it. Got myself a little man bun going on. I'd rather get you Spanish classes. Yeah, me too. That way I can talk to your mom better and I can hear all the embarrassing stories, It'd be good. Alright, let's try to break open her locks. I don't know if we'll be able to, but there's 5 of them.
Take that!
5 locks. Here we go. That look. Yes, it is, Master. And that's why it's like a little hard to find like classes for, because most are like neutral Spanish or like Spain Spanish, Argentina Spanish is Spanish. It's a little hard to find online. Coffee Cups. No, let me learn Spanish.
After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in Elise Dexium's room reading a book together, correct?
Yes, I was so happy when she invited me. But I didn't go in the end.
You didn't go.
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead.
Not having to listen to my mom attempting Genie's therapist to speak English would be heavenly. Your mom's adorable. No, she's cute. I love when she speaks English. do, do, do. Oh, wait, what happened? Do, do, do. She sounds like a 6-year-old child. It's cute. I won't do an impression because last time I doxed Glenn, but like, Glenn's mom's cute when she tried to speak English.
No, there was somewhere else I had to go instead. I was so worried. I had to go. I didn't know what to do with myself. I was so nervous.
So Pearls never went to Miss Dixium's room. She was too worried about something or someone else. Pearls! On the night of the murder, you went to this place, didn't you?
Yeah.
You went here, didn't you, Pearls? Looks like she's still not gonna open up to me. This is where you went because you were so worried, right? Then the next question is, who or what? Who or what were you so worried about? Now I'm gonna take a guess.
You mean you know?
If I'm right, will you tell me the whole truth?
Okay.
I feel like the only person it would have been was for Maya.
It's obvious that you were so worried about Pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it?
Huh?
You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. And after all, it was a special course.
That's an S to almost every word. Aww. Special course, yes. Yes. Enough of the flashbacks, thank you.
Sister Bikini scared you with what she said, didn't she? And because it was you who introduced Hazakura Temple to Maya in the first place, you felt responsible, didn't you?
Thinking about what could happen to Mrs. Maya made me more and more worried. I couldn't sit still at all. That's why I decided to go and find out how she was doing at the inner temple.
Yay! 4 more to go.
Then we're clear now that you went to the inner temple that night, Pearls. What's not clear is what happened after that. About what time was it when you headed over to the inner temple?
It was probably around 9:30 when I left the main hall. I heard the real training was supposed to start at 10. I wanted to get there before it started, but there was so much snow, so I didn't get there until after 10.
Until after 10? How did you know what time it was?
Because I heard the bell ringing for lights out.
She heard the lights out bell.
Bullying Pearls for her forehead. I think he forgot about himself. Oh, shush! Because I have a high forehead, I'm allowed to make fun of others with high foreheads. That's how it works. It's like I'm small, so I can make fun of other people being small, you know? It's just how it works.
The Hazakura Temple bell is pretty small, though, isn't it? You must have really good hearing.
I mean, look at her ears. She's got monkey ears.
I was really trying to pick up the sound of the bell, that's all. I didn't want to miss it. That would be terrible.
She was trying to hear the bell. Tell me, Pearls, why were you so worried about hearing the bell?
Huh? Oh,
I think I know why. The reason you were so worried about the bell was because of...
I don't know. Why? Yeah, enjoy the lyric, Master Man. Why would she be worried about the bell? Taking that night from main gate to this bridge. that's when her training starts. Why? What else would there be? Oh wow, I don't know. Was it because of her? Was she like supposed to be back at 10? We were so worried about the bell was because was this report made after, or was it like in advance? Maybe she was like, oh, lightning's gonna hit at 10. I better make sure I'm like, yeah, that's true. I don't know why else you wouldn't want to be, Courtyard. I don't know. Right? Lots of blood from sound. Just because the lights go out, maybe? Tricky Bean! Tricky Bean, yeah! Oh, that's Pepper. Oh, that's Pepper. Bessie, I don't know. Oh, I love Pepper. And that's Onion. Oh, God. Oh. Oh. God, no. Bad combo. Maybe I don't have anything. Okay, I think it said I also have to talk to Gumshoe. So let's go find Gummy.
I wonder if Sister Bikini is back at the main hall yet.
That was Pepper and Onion. That was absolutely nasty.
Just bleh. I haven't seen Gumshoe around here for a while either. Maybe they're having a cup of tea together somewhere. I bet Gumshoe is Sister Bikini's type.
Ew. Yes, I can absolutely see that. Hi. Well, what's the damage? How is the sacred cavern?
It looks like it survived, but we have a bigger problem now. Everyone has locks on their chests. I tell Sister Bikini all about it. About the 5 locks that were stopping from getting inside the cavern. Blah, 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 blah.
But who? Who could have done that? The only people who know how to set those trick locks are those of the Korean tradition.
We have Iris in the sacred cavern trying her best to open them for us right now. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to talk with you about. Sister Bikini?
Oh, yes. We were in the middle of a chat, weren't we?
Yes! You were telling me how the massive crane disappeared 17 years ago. I want to know why Misty Faye suddenly appeared at this temple.
It was about a week ago when Mystic Misty arrived. After she showed me that talisman that proved she was the master, she said, "Someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line. I am here to put a stop to them." Interesting.
Someone was trying to destroy the main family line?
Oh God, is Pearl's aunt behind this again? Oh, the last time we saw her too, she was locked up and she was like, haha, this isn't the end. This isn't the last you'll see of me. And I'm like, oh, maybe she is pulling strings. I will now just watch you, Cole. What? Phone typing hard. Yeah, no worries, cat. I was like, what? Am I doing something wrong? Are you watching me to make sure I don't do something? There's only one heir to the title of master at any time, and it's usually the eldest. That child becomes the new master of Karain, and her daughters the main family. Car and Cold. All the other mediums become branch family members with no hope of controlling the clan. That's why nothing has changed throughout the history of the clan. Branch families always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. Teacup and Helm.
Is the power of the master worth this, much bloodshed?
I was missing something? I figured, Cap. Alright, let's talk to Bikini. You believe in the technique, don't you, Mr. Wright? You know its power is real.
Yes, I do. I've unfortunately seen it up close. It's been 2 years since I first met Maya. In that time, I've seen her channel the spirits of the dead plenty of times. During the mass case. And during Maggie Bird's trial, too. Thanks to Maya, Mia's always on hand to help me out when I need her the most.
The Karain technique has made a huge difference in the world, you know. I mean, the ability to commune with the dead. That's true psychic power, you know. Has it always been Mia? Yeah, it has, right? Yeah. What a waste. We could actually channel the dead, but no. We'll just channel Mia. But that wasn't true. It was just the Innie Minnie disguising as Maya. I think Maya was like knocked out or something. I forget what happened, but yeah. Okay. Members of the tradition have always been there, behind every important leader. Who wouldn't respect such a tremendous skill?
Well, I suppose so, but with all that power and influence, I kind of expected you to be really rich by now.
Are you saying we're poor, Mr. Wright? Oh, you're very direct, aren't you? People don't believe in it anymore, you see. All because of one little mistake.
A mistake? What mistake?
It was 17 years ago. That's when everything came to crashing down. All because of that incident.
That incident? Is she talking about what I think she is?
Did Cole just glitch in real life? Yeah, I need an update. Bikini goes, oh.
The incident.
I'm sure the record still exists if you're interested. Locked up, of course. It was called the DL6 incident. That's the name of the file. Yeah. Wow. Right from the we're finally getting everything tied up, guys.
I knew it! The DL6 incident. I know it well. I handled a related case just 2 years ago.
Ah, right. So it was you who was the defense attorney on that case.
A murder that took place 17 years ago. It was the first time in the country's history that police ever used a spirit medium. The idea was to channel the victim's spirit to learn the identity of the murder. And the medium who performed the channeling was Misty Faye, Maya's mother. Through Mystic Misty's channeling, the name of a certain man surfaced. Armed with that as evidence, the investigators were spurred into action. But that man, he was found not guilty, wasn't he?
That's right, he was, and the case remained a mystery. In other words, we failed. It was the first case the world had ever seen the Karain tradition openly involved in.
It was all over the media, the public, the judiciary, the people of Karain Village. Everyone judged her. Everyone said Mystic Misty's powers were a sham. Sham, wow!
Yo, welcome back, Master Man. I still don't know how they got away with naming her Bikini. Oh, right, Master Man? I'm glad Phoenix actually remembers, and he's not like, what? Oh my god, right? What is this case I've never heard of before?
And then she just disappeared, vanished, while everyone still thought of her as a fraud.
But I know the truth. Missy Faye's spirit channeling wasn't a sham at all.
Of course it wasn't. And since she managed to reveal the truth, we're finally making a comeback.
What? Who did Mystic Misty who did she channel? Who did she? Yeah. Was it Edgeworth's case? Was it? Yeah. Okay. So it was Edgeworth's dad being shot. So Mystic Misty channeled Edgeworth's dad to find out it was actually the Von Karma, but he turned out to be innocent. No. Right. I'm trying to remember if we've actually found out what the whole case was. Okay. They need a cat shoe. Why not a nun bikini? Right, Coffee Man?
The Karain tradition is starting to recover at last, but with a new master wielding the power of the clan.
Does she mean Maya?
Who else?
The spirit power of the Karain channeling technique is in their blood.
Maya's told me the exact same thing before.
We, the women of Fae clan, have always been the spirit mediums. It's because the power to communicate with spirits flows strongly through us.
According to Maya, only the woman in the family can inherit the power.
The main family's bloodline stems directly from Mystic Amy. But with each new generation, only one daughter becomes the new master.
And I'm waiting to move to an apartment that actually gets sunlight so we can have a plant named Cat. Yeah!
And the ones who don't become branch families, right?
That's right. And it's always because of the tragedy.
You know, Maya had a sister too.
Mia. I was like, Maya had a sister? Yes, Cole. You dum-dum. Mia.
Oh yes, I've heard of her.
What? You know about Mia?
Of course. She became a lawyer in the hopes of discovering what happened to her mother.
Oh.
And lost her life as a result.
Do you know what Mystic Mia is rumored to have said? She said it wasn't only because of her mother that she became a lawyer. She also didn't want to fight with her sister over the leadership of the tradition.
Really?
Well, she saw what happened to her own mother, Mystic Misty, as she grew up. I guess Mystic Mia got tired of seeing all the rivalry between her mom and her aunt.
Yeah, this is absolutely her aunt behind the strings.
That's right. Misty Faye had an elder sister too. And Misty, having superior powers, managed to usurp this Master C from her.
Mystic Misty's sister is Mystic Morgan, as you probably know.
Morgan? There's a name I know well.
Etavin! Hey! Welcome! Bestie, you're here to witness attorney? Hell yeah, Etavin! Brace yourself, I make weird voices. Other than that, buckle in for a good show. Oh, she has a massive hat, doesn't she?
What she did was terrible. It was all over. It was all so she could make her own daughter the next master. Pearls.
I suppose if you know about Mystic Morgan's daughter,
Then you must already realize that Iris...
Huh? Iris! What's Iris got to do with any of this?
That Iris is... Mystic Morgan's daughter? Huh? What? Huh? Pearls has a sister? How many is Phoenix gonna be involved with? Wait, so Phoenix was dating Pearl's sister? Pearl's sister's a murderer? Wait. Yeah, she was Dahlia. But Morgan was trying to make Pearls the leader. If Morgan succeeded and got Maya arrested and like gone with, that means Iris would have been the leader, not Pearls. So why are they talking about making Pearls the leader? Mia would certainly recognize her. Yeah. Wait. wait. Wait, Glenn, now that you mentioned that, there was a moment in court where Mia was like, I swear I recognize her. I thought that's what I thought it was from the other case, but is it because she recognized her as a sister to Pearls? Oh, my mind is
We know that people from the Green village all like they all like live there. It's a very small village.
Yeah.
So I reckon they grew up together.
I don't know. Keep going. Okay, I'm going, Jeannie. Wait, Jeannie, did you know this? Did you know this already?
What? Iris is what? Is she kidding me? Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
You know how it ends? Oh my god, stop. I don't have any experience in this game, so I pretend to know these characters are. Rest assured that I am astounded by these turns of events. Oh, isn't it crazy? It's happening. It's like when you like turn on a TV show and it's like the last episode of like a 5-season show and you're like, who? Yes. Oh my god, what a twist.
Did you just say that Iris is Morgan Faye's daughter?
Oops, I thought you already knew. It sounded like you'd met one of Mystic Morgan's daughters already.
I have. I know her very well.
Oh?
Yes, Pearl Faye. But I always thought she was an only child.
You jest! That child! She's Mystic Morgan's! I have no idea. What? You had no idea? What is going on? I just cannot believe this. Me watching the last episode. Oh, yeah! I watched all of the Love is Blind season 1 episodes except for the last one. And I got Glenn to watch it with me and had to catch her up on all the drama that was going on. It was so fun. Is Pearl not actually Morgan's daughter? No, she has to be. Maybe Iris is lying to Bikini? She has to be. Mystic Morgan. But she's in prison now, isn't she?
Yes. Ever since she was found to be a co-conspirator in a murder case last year.
Well, I mean, like, Iris should also be in prison. No, Cat! This is the most important part. What is happening?
It was all done to set Pearls up as the next master.
Yeah. 23, I know, right? I see. So I've been wrong all this time. Mystic Morgan had 3? Who's the 3rd? Wait, what? The 3? Yes, Iris. Her twin sister. She actually had a twin? Oh my god. Oh my god. So that we were right. Where's Drippy? Where's Drippy right now? He was the one like, oh, watch me be right, and she actually has a twin. She has a twin. So this isn't the girl we dated. Phoenix dated the other girl who's now in prison. Oh my god. Why wasn't Pearls telling us any of this? Oh my god. Right, coffee cups? I chose to believe that phase about their sons. Wait, the phase. Oh, abort their sons. They only have daughters. Oh my god. Yeah, men don't stick around. Only the girls get the powers, yeah. It's like Ganondorf. Only one man gets born every 100 years. Yeah! Bruh. Hold on. So that's why Mia was like, she looks familiar. She was also her twin. So this girl could actually be innocent. That's why she's not in prison.
I told you she was innocent.
She's actually innocent. She's actually good. Cat, she's her twin. Oh my god. The biggest twist. Too many daughters. Okay. That's the biggest. No wonder Geekster said this was his favorite. That's the biggest freaking twist I've ever seen. What? Twin sister? Oh, didn't you know? It all happened 20 years ago. After the clan leadership was taken from her by her sister, Mystic Morgan's life crumbled. Oh, God. It wasn't many years later that Karain's reputation hit an all-time low. When Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master. Wait, when Mystic Morgan's husband realized his wife would never become the master, he left her and the village, taking their twin daughters with him. Oh. Oh. Wait, so he took both the twins. Yeah. That's why the girl, the Morgan wanted to make Pearls the master. She didn't have her twins anymore. How awful! He was a jeweler. Oh my god! He was a jeweler, you know. In the end, he remarried, and that's when it happened. Yeah. So the twin stole jewelry from the dad in the last case that we saw Mia do. And they were trying to steal money, like jewels from him. And that's why she jumped over the bridge. It's him. But, well then who was the other girl? No, but the one who was, not Dahlia, sorry. Her older sister who got killed and was in a trunk. Jeannie was... Oh, I have so many questions. He decided to give one of his girls up to be looked after by us here at the temple. Okay, and that's Iris. I'm so glad I'd be so upset if you couldn't see this. It's okay, Iris is here at the temple. That was Iris, you see.
It's unbelievable! If Iris has a twin sister! Could it be? Could you tell me one more thing, Sister Bikini? What was the name of Iris's sister?
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I just can't remember. All I can recall is that her father was a jeweler.
Well, that's a clue, I guess. A jeweler. Thank you very much. You've helped clear up a lot of details. Pearls had 2 older sisters, huh?
Yes, that's right. No doubt it was all because of Mystic Morgan's anger towards the main family.
Anger? What do you mean?
Her twin daughters were taken from her by her jeweler husband. But even that couldn't destroy her dream that a child of hers would one day lead the clan.
And that's why she had pearls.
It seems that the incident... Wait, so... Did Pearls... Is Pearls only a half-sister?
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
And that's why Pearls didn't know. She never met them. Oh, Pearls is gonna need so much therapy. Jesus Christ. Oh, and she just witnessed like her aunt get murdered too. Her mom's in jail. Her aunt is murdered. She has a dead cousin. A murderer sister who's in jail. And Maya's no help either of all the things she keeps getting into. Oh, my poor Pearls. It was able to break free of the bars that confined her.
So Iris has a twin sister. The plot thickens.
The half family is murderers. The other half gets killed, kidnapped, framed for murder. Yep, it's one or the other.
But this information will be useless unless I can flesh it out a bit. I need to ask more questions and get more info.
Holy. Can we ask about the sister?
I could tell her, but she'd probably have a coronary.
A what?
A coronary and a half.
So Phoenix does know. When I think about it, I do kind of feel sorry for Mystic Morgan. It wasn't her fault that her sister was a more powerful spirit medium. Mystic Morgan just couldn't compete with her sister. It must have been really tough on her.
Even so, that doesn't excuse all the things she did.
No, of course not. Wait, isn't it supposed to be... Oh, I thought it was the older sibling who gets the lead, but I guess just whoever has the most powers. That's why Missy Faye... Oh, okay. Very interesting. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, we have... Wow. Coronary? 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 Something like that?
Sounds like someone's happy. What tune is that they're humming?
To Gumshoe? To Gumshoe!
No motive, no crime. No motive, no crime. Sing it with me. No motive, no crime. I remember when we used to search in the channeling room in Korean. Whoop, I love my job.
Gumshoe, that's so wholesome, even though you don't get paid enough.
Who cares if the clues I found are no good? That's not what investigating's all about. The investigator investigates for the love of investigating. It's a passion. Good cases we have, good cases we've lost, all along the way.
I would have never guessed that Gumshoe was into reggae.
Every case is gonna be an airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight.
Is that reggae? I don't...
Hey, pal.
Huh? Who, me?
How long you been there?
I just got here.
Oh, okay.
So what are you up to, detective?
I'm investigating, pal. I made a promise to Mr. Edgeworth.
No clue. I figured coffee cups.
I promised I would find the real murder weapon.
A beautiful experience. Thanks, you tapping. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. Why do you guys watch me?
The real murder weapon.
That barbed sword thing turned out to be a false lead, right? I'm giving it my best shot here, but I still haven't turned up any clues. I just found these weird scraps of paper. It looks like a letter or something. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the case, though.
A letter.
Well, give me the letter, Gumshoe.
About the letter you found.
Don't remind me, pal. I'm busting a gut here trying to find the murder weapon. And all I find is some burnt up old letter.
Be careful. One night should be there. As soon as you out Belle, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Oh, this is what we need for pearls. Perfect.
Burn up old letter.
Yeah, it was in the incinerator right outside the inner temple.
The incinerator? I knew it! I knew I wasn't imagining it. There was snow on the incinerator when I first got there. But after the incident, the snow had melted away, which means someone used the incinerator on the night of the murder.
What's up with you, pal? I got it right here if you want to take a look.
Can I? Do you mind?
Sure, go nuts. I don't want it, pal. You can have it. It's all spirit mediums and masters and stuff. I bet it's got no relation to the case.
I'm sure it has every relation to the case.
Spirit mediums?
Can I read it?
It's gotta be important if it mentions spirit mediums and masters. I better give it a good looking over and some serious thoughts.
Make sure you chuck it in the trash when you're done. Littering's a crime, pal.
Be careful. Once night falls, should be there. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Leave everything up to her. Her name is... She is our... How... something? The whole... Here's a picture of her. Use it when you channel her. I know you can do it. Once this is something, burn the blah blah. Also make blah blah blah. Also make some muffins for me. Tell anyone about this letter. Gravely roast the master in the something fires of Hades and bring out vengeance to Whoa, what? Gravely roast the master in the something fires of Hades and bring our something vengeance to fruition. What? Was this a letter from Morgan telling Pearls to get revenge on the family line? Oh, God. Oh, jeez. Well, that was important. Okay. Duly noted. All right, Gumshoe, what else you got for me?
So how's the investigation going, Gumshoe?
I don't know if I should be telling you, pal, but I guess it can't hurt. Looks like the murder took place in the inner temple garden.
Yeah.
And they're taking that bloody writing on the lantern pretty seriously back in HQ.
What? You mean...
I don't have the details, pal. All I know is if you don't find Maya down in that secret cavern, we're gonna be faced with one ugly situation.
What kind of ugly situation are we looking at here?
You got me. I don't know. They're not my words, pal.
Then who said it?
Mr. Got It.
Got it? What did he mean by that? So, what do you know about the real murder weapon so far?
Well, it wasn't the sword that was found impaled in the victim's body. Mr. Andrews proved that in the court today.
Yes, that's true.
In which case, it must have been another blade.
And that's what you're running around like a headless chicken looking for now, huh?
Goto Kinji. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I probably absolutely butchered your name. Hi, it's me, Got It. Yo, Got It, welcome. I hear you like coffee. I will wait you in court, attorney. I'm duly looking forward to it. Got it, man.
Yeah, and man, is it tiring work. Well, let me tell you something, pal. I'm no chicken. We've got the feather of forensics in our cap these days. We're using the department's secret weapon on this.
Secret weapon?
Oh? What's our secret weapon?
What's the secret weapon of yours?
You wanna know? You gotta think scientifically, okay?
All right.
The murder weapon was a sword. Swords are, scientifically speaking, made of metal, right? Any questions so far?
I'm okay.
No! I know what he's gonna say, but I'll let him look smart.
Then what's the perfect tool for a job?
Oh my god, the metal detector. It makes a comeback, folks.
Ta-da! A metal detector!
Raise your hand if you didn't see this coming from a mile away.
Well, you wanna give a scientific investigation a go?
Not me.
I've been using this thing for hours now. It gets pretty boring after a while. Why don't you give it a try?
I don't know. Should I help Detective Gumshoe or not?
Yes, let's do it.
Come on, pal, it's good fun, I'm telling you.
Unless they're Lotta. Wait, I love when characters from old games come back. Unless they're Lotta or. Oh my god, you're saying the metal detector's a character. Why doesn't Coffee like me? Oh, whenever Goddard appears on stand, Coffee gets salty because he's drinking a coffee cup.
All right then. I guess I'll give it a go.
All I can say in whatever hell she crawled out of, seriously, she cannot come back.
Like I said, this is the department's most advanced gadget, the absolute best. It's so sensitive, you could make it cry. It's so high-tech, you could skydive off of it.
What?
Oh, bother.
So, now I'm gonna tell you how to use it. It's possible the real murder weapon's around here somewhere, right?
Sure, that's what we're trying to find out.
Right, so first let's turn the detector on. That's the sound of the metal detector signal bouncing off something metallic. Next, move the detector around and give this courtyard a good look-see, pal. Don't worry, this baby will let you know when you've hit on something, and then what happens, press the E button in the air to give it a hard stare. This thing picks up metallic objects that are hidden from sight, too. Take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious, okay, pal?
Okay. Well, the statue's obviously made of metal.
That's Shishito. Next to the golden statue wasn't the real murder weapon, pal.
Yeah, I know. I just thought I'd check it again anyway.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Do you know about the sword? It's supposed to represent the multiple branches that life can take, all ending as one.
Happy Daft Punk. Oh, Gordy and Penny were the best.
Yes, I heard something about that.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life I'd be leading had I not joined the homicide division?
You think about that kind of stuff, Detective?
Of course I do. I think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop. Me as a detention officer. Me as the Blue Badger.
He makes a suit just to be the mascot outside the police costume.
There's something to be said about the humor value of Gumshoe as the Blue Badger.
Let me tell you, from experience. Sorry, stop beeping first. Stop. I'm trying to talk to chat. Let me tell you from experience, if you take a look at all the beeps from a metal detector, you will find a lot of rusty nails and trash and probably nothing cool. I wanted one so badly as a kid. That was like the top of my Christmas list. What's this?
This looks like a wallet?
Aha! That's where it's been.
Is it yours, Detective?
I'm always dropping it, so I put a bell on it.
But you still dropped it anyway.
Yeah, but I found it again, pal.
Your wallet is completely empty.
Well, I drop it all the time, so I don't put money in it anymore.
Then how come the metal detector picked it up?
Must be because of the bell, I guess.
Gumshoe, you're something else. Do you go metal detecting often, Etavin?
What's this, a pen?
Hey, I've been looking all over for that, pal.
Huh? It's yours.
Yeah, my old man gave it to me when I qualified as a detective. He told me it'd be good for sticking in suspects' faces.
That makes you detective sound really nasty.
It's my dream to stick it in your face one day, right?
Then don't go losing it.
Wait, what was the object? Oh, a pen. Gumshoe, why are you dropping everything everywhere?
Looks like there's something around buried here in the ground.
Don't touch that, pal.
Huh? What is it?
It's a trap. People set them out to catch us detectives. They're real nasty.
Trap? For detectives? You mean like those fierce traps with sharp teeth that are supposed to snag your leg?
Yeah, those. I got my finger caught in one of those once.
Your finger?
There was this bit of cheese and it looked so tasty. I reached out and bam.
I'm not sure I know how to respond to a story so stupidly pitiful as that.
Oh, Gumshoe. Why is there an animal trap here?
This would be an old pan handle or something.
How do you know that?
Huh? What?
That was my nickname in junior high.
What? Panhandle?
I didn't have much money back then, pal. I used to bum stuff off the other kids sometimes, so they call me Panhandler.
Oh, Gumshoe.
Panhandler, huh? I can see that.
Thinking back, it's actually kind of nice memory now.
Oh, Gumshoe. Actually got mine to find arrows in the grass when we would do archery. Oh, that's freaking awesome! Much wow! Because who got bright green arrow the same color as the grass? I would have never thought of that. Oh, like I want my arrows to be a cool color. Then you get them the same colors as the grass. Like, oh, whoops. Oh, I've always wanted to try archery. It looks super fun. Is it would you say it's pretty challenging, Etavin? Maya is currently locked up behind all those locks. Currently being turned into a demon, according to my theory. When I do archery, I have to shoot lefty, even though I'm a righty, because my left eye is actually dominant, and I can't aim shooting to righty. That's so interesting, Coffee Cups. That's so cool. When you do archery, do they test to see which eye's better, or do you just like go in? I suck at aiming, but I'm good at hitting the same incorrect spot a lot. It's hard, but it's fun. Oh, that sounds awesome. I'd love to try it one day. Well, ColeHillChills goes archery. We'll make it happen. We'll make it a video. Okay. What else is there? What's this? Jesus. That scared me. Cuffy, can I make skirts and do archery with y'all? Sounds like my kind of pastime, right? Sounds much better. I recently found out that a group near me does horse archery for beginners. That would be so cool. I've never ridden a horse that wasn't attached to a thing that goes in a circle. I'd love to ride a horse and also do archery.
It doesn't look like there's anything here.
Hey, pal, all you gotta do is watch the detector and let it tell you what's where, okay?
All right, already. I'm not exactly a whiz at machinery, you know.
Look, a ladder.
That's a step ladder.
What's the difference? Looks like a normal ladder to me, pal.
Surely everyone knows the difference. I mean, they're pretty ordinary objects.
I met plenty of guys like you, always picking on the smallest details. The vegetable store guy near my place does it all the time. He even corrects me when I ask for a head of lettuce. That's a cabbage, he says. I'm telling you, they're the exact same thing.
No, they're not. They're completely different.
You have to plant both of them firmly in the ground before they can grow, don't you? Listen, you gotta take a step back and look at the bigger picture sometimes. Otherwise, you could miss a really important clue. That's advice from a pro, pal.
God damn it. Only when you are having a huge problem aiming do they bother testing out your eye dominance. Interesting. For most people, it's the same as your handings. It's very interesting. That's so cool, Comic Episode. I love that. No! Tell them to join our stream instead. You guys can have a meeting over the ColeHillChills stream.
The last person I need advice from is this guy in front of me.
What else is there to... I got the trap. I got the pen.
Staff? This is a Mystaxium staff, isn't it?
Scientifically speaking, they're usually made of wood.
But the detector isn't reacting to it. I mean, it's reacting to it.
Yeah, but however you look at it, the thing's made of wood, all right? I don't bother investigating anything unless it looks like it might be metallic.
Isn't the whole point of a metal detector to find metal where you can't see it?
It's weird that this thing is causing a racket.
Here, let me look at it.
Hey, hands off! Examine evidence is a job for the...
Crack?
Ah! The top is coming off.
Look what you've done! You damaged a really important piece of evidence!
Ah!
It was a sword?
That's
A sword?
inside the staff!
Is this? Could it be?
The murder weapon?
Ooh, sword cane. They're always so cool.
I never have guessed there to be a sword concealed in the victim's staff.
They call this thing a sword cane, pal. This one's a real gem. The workmanship's really something else. Thank goodness it wasn't a cane sword. Or else the victim would have stabbed her own foot.
I officially give up on trying to figure out how Gumshoe's mind works.
A cane sword. Humified the horses of the class on horses who... That's amazing.
If the real scene of the crime was the inner temple garden, then why was the sword used to kill the victim found in the main hall courtyard? Hey, Gumshoe, who knows about the hidden sword?
No one. Even the police didn't know about this until I discovered it just now.
Well, as they say, there's no team in Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there are any traces of blood on it.
I should convince my dad to get me a sword cane as a graduation gift. Yes, Genie! That'd be so freaking cool. You would look so dapper. Sarge tried to eat the metal detector though, and can confirm a horse not made of metal. Wait, Etavin, do you have a horse named Sarge? That's so cute.
Then I guess this isn't the murder weapon, huh?
No. I'm sure someone just wiped it off after the murder.
Yeah, of course. This thing's definitely the murder weapon. Great job, pal.
It's the same length as the Shichicho, too. This must be the murder weapon.
Okay, I'm gonna run over to the forensics.
Her sofa horses? Oh, you did tell me about them. Oh, I didn't realize it's the same person, Coffee Guy. Oh my god. Do you have pictures, Etavin? Perhaps pictures you would like to share with the class? I'd love to see some cute horses.
There's gotta be some traces of blood left, even if most of it has been wiped off. See you later, pal. Every case is gonna be airtight. Every case is gonna be airtight.
Wait up, detective.
Huh? What is it, pal? I'm a pretty busy guy right now, you know?
You're gonna get that staff analyzed, right? Would you mind holding off for just a while?
Huh? What are you talking about, pal?
Please. Just until we find Maya.
Maya? What's this got to do with her?
I don't know, but I'm starting to get a really bad feeling in the pit of my stomach.
Oh, how so?
Look, Maya's trapped inside the sacred cavern right now. And, well, we don't even know if she's okay or not. The more evidence and testimony I hear, the more uneasy I feel.
You don't think?
Maya's been Please, detective, just wait until we can get inside the secret cavern.
No, Maya's not dead. Maya's absolutely not dead. I have a billion pictures. I can make this happen. Oh my god, please, E-Tavern. Yeah! If you have Discord, you could join our Discord and then you could send the cute horsey pics there if you want. Only if you know, only if you want.
You're looking kind of Viridian there. Okay, just stop with that face, pal. One thing, though. The staff's secret trick. Let's keep it between you and me, all right? If it gets out that we knew about it and didn't say anything, we're finished.
I understand.
This is just a regular run-of-the-mill staff. You got it? Okay. Now you take good care of it, pal.
Thank you, detective.
Don't worry. She'll be fine.
Gumshoe.
You know, there's a place at the base of this mountain that has some really good pasta. How would I take you there when you find Maya, huh, pal?
Sure. Thanks.
Oh, now I want pasta. With a crumpet cat? Oh, yes! The crumpet cat! Crumpet! Yes! I would love some crumpet pictures as well.
What was Elise doing with a staff like this in the first place?
Okay. I think we have enough stuff to go talk to Pearls again. I think. Oh, something new.
I was expecting Larry and Pearls to be here. I guess they must have gone to collect firewood. I suppose I'll have to check back later.
Oh. In that case, I guess I'll go. Can we show this to Edgeworth?
Hey, Edgeworth! Did you know that Iris had a twin sister?
What? A twin? You can't be serious.
Sister Bikini told me, but the problem is she didn't know the name of his twin.
There was nothing about Iris having a sister in the files I checked.
Well, Iris was taken in by the temple when she was really young. Apparently, her sister was raised by her father, a jeweler, I think.
A jeweler? Right, I just might know who this twin sister of hers is.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Let me guess. Her name was Delilah Hawthorne, right?
Yes, exactly.
Please tell me what you know about her, Edgeworth.
Right, Coffee Cuts, but like at least she's with Larry now. Not that that's any improvement, but like, I hope. I hope at least, you know. Trippy's at a birthday. Oh, yay! Welcome to the Discord, E-Tavern. Yeah! Yes, I'm so excited for the pictures. It was my first court case, 6 years ago. I was a greenhorn, and due to my inexperience, the defendant died.
You're talking about Terry Falls, right?
You know about that case. Wait, Terry ended up dying? Oh, that's right, he took the poison. Bruh.
You're not the only one who noticed something about Iris and Dahlia Hawthorne. I checked one of Mia's old files from 6 years ago.
We're gonna look after Larry, not the other way around. True, Coffee Cups. Yes, Dahlia was a key witness in that case. Dahlia and Terry Falls conspired together to stage a fake kidnapping 11 years ago. They stole a jewel worth $2 million from Dahlia's father, a jeweler. And 5 years after that, she murdered her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne, to keep her from talking. See, that's who I want to know about. Who is this? Who is Valerie then?
Her sister?
Well, stepsister, actually. They weren't blood related. Valerie was the only daughter of Dahlia's father's second wife. So, she was the younger sister?
Oh! And this is when she entered my life.
Yeah.
The woman who tried to kill me.
Jesus.
So after Terry Falls died, what happened to Dahlia? Did you check that out?
Does it really matter? Like I said, Dahlia isn't connected with this case. I hate that face he makes. Oh my, I hate it so much.
Why are you so sure about that?
It's simple. Dahlia Hawthorne is dead.
What?
Well, her metabolic processes are a matter of interest only to historians, so to speak. She's dead? Oh, there's no music. Oh my god.
What do you mean by Dahlia Hawthorne is dead? Edgeworth!
Right. I must confess that in reading her file, I came to know of the murder case you were involved in during your college years. Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, thanks to the persistence of Mia Fey. Oof. Yeah, she went evil mode. Drippy, you have so much to catch up on. Oh my god, Drip Drop. Also, how was the birthday party? Are you still there?
At that time, Dahlia, it's like she was possessed by a demon or something.
Oh, further proof the demon theory is real. Like I care about this game, but Drippy, you will care. You will care about this. It's been almost 5 years since that guilty verdict was handed down, and her sentence was finally carried out. She was executed last month. Jesus. Okay, Drippy, gonna give you the hero-fied version, okay? Are you ready for this, man? Pearls has an older sister who is Iris. Iris Fey, the girl we know in this game right now. And then we found out Iris had a twin sister who was Dahlia. So Pearls had two older sisters. So Iris is actually innocent. And the two sisters were taken, the two twin sisters were taken away from Pearls and her mom. I'm sorry, Pearls wasn't born yet. The father, who's a jewelrier, took the twin sisters away when he found out that Morgan, Pearl's mom, wasn't going to be the lead psychic person anymore. And so Iris was, he gave away to a temple, and Dahlia went on to be the murderer and the ex-girlfriend of Phoenix. And I think that's everything. I think that's catching up, but it was just a giant plot twist. So you were right. She had a twin. Dahlia was Iris's twin sister. Also, Pearls doesn't know, because Pearls was born after that happened because Morgan Fay really wanted one of her daughters to still become the headmaster. And now you're caught up.
Executed!
I'm sure that's a bit of a shock of you, right? And for more reasons than one. But do you understand now? She can't possibly be connected with this case. She's dead. And once someone is dead, there is no way to revive them.
Oh, but there's a way to channel them. Oh no. What if Maya is currently channeling her right now? And that's why she's a demon. Dahlia Hawthorne is being channeled by Maya Fey. Actually, that could be very much the case. Jeez, stop it. Stop giving me that face. Wait. That could actually be what's happening. Because Pearl had instructions to summon someone. But what if Maya actually summoned it instead? And that's why Maya's being locked up behind there and why Iris is locking her back there. Is Maya actually summoning a demon and it's Dahlia Hawthorne? Is my theory correct? Oh my god. Oh my god. I need to know more. I need to know. She's dead, and once someone is dead, there's no way to revive them.
There's no way to revive the dead. I wonder. It seems you're not aware of one other connection yet, Edgeworth.
And what is that?
It's about Iris and Dahlia, Hawthorne's mother.
That's why I don't play these games. Drippy, my theory's right. Maya's a demon.
What's their mother got to do with any of this?
She's Morgan Fay, a spirit medium from a branch family of the Crane channeling technique.
Did you say Crane channeling technique?
Do you know something about it?
Oh, yes. I know it's connected with the fraudulent spirit medium.
Fraudulent?
I was involved in another nightmare 17 years ago.
Oh, that's right. That's why he doesn't believe.
I was caught up in the middle of a murder investigation. The police didn't have any leads. They were stumped, and that's when they called her in. She was a very famous spirit medium and the master of her channeling school. But you know what happened? As a result of her efforts, an innocent man was accused of murder. She and her powers, they were all fraudulent.
Edgeworth!
Go to the police records room. It's all in there. All you have to do is check the DO6 incident case file and you'll know.
Remember when we just had to find out who stole a clock? Oh, good times.
Of course! How could I forget? Edgeworth was a victim in that case. Edgeworth, you'll understand someday. And then you'll see that the Crane channeling technique is real.
Holy shit sticks. Oh my god. I'm right. I'm 100% right, and I know it. I absolutely know it. Also, wait, I just realized I have to give Etavin the friend role so that they can post pictures. There we go. Totally forgot that was a thing. All right. Sorry, Etavin. Now you can post pictures in the Discord. Let me save. Let me move. Let me move. Can we go read the DO6 incident? Like, can we leave? No, we can't. Okay. In that case, let's see if Pearls is back, actually. No, she's not back yet. Okay. We will go talk. Oh, maybe we should talk. No. Let's talk to Iris. It's about time we have a little chit chat. Hey, Iris. So about your twin sister. Oh, give me a break. I'm not allowed to ask about that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I don't know where Pearls is yet. Let's try breaking open her psyche lock.
None of the crime. I think it's time you told me the truth about what you were doing on that night. You said you were in your room at Hazakura Temple the entire time.
That's where I was. Because this person saw you somewhere else on the night of the murder. Oh, bikini. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Her testimony.
You yourself testified to the contrary, don't you remember? You said you rang the lights out bell at 10 o'clock that night. Plus, only moments before you rang that bell, you were seen at the main hall by the most reliable witness I have.
Who's that?
Me.
Mr. Wright.
We even spoke a little that evening. That's when you gave me this. Surely you haven't forgotten.
No, that's right. I remember.
And that brings us to another puzzling fact, Iris. At 10 o'clock on the night of the murder, you were seen in 2 different places at the same...
Oh, no. You were seen in 2 different places at the same time. So, somebody, Pearls or somebody did summon her twin sister. Genie, stop! It's killing me.
It's time you told me exactly what's been going on, Iris. So far, I managed to prove 2 things. First, on the night of the incident, you were at the Inner Temple. And second, at the exact same time, you were ringing the bell at Hazakura Temple. There's only one possible explanation for this apparent impossibility.
There were 2 of you.
On the night of the incident, you were seen in 2 different places at the same time.
Oh my god.
Which means there must have been 2 of you. I can't think of any other explanation, Iris.
But that's crazy. How could that be? There's only one of me. It's impossible.
Impossible? I wonder.
It's amazing just how much fun someone can have just by sending one emote. It's amazing how much it can torture me.
The way you're trembling certainly seems to just suggest otherwise.
Gulp.
You're serious?
Trippy.
You're seriously trying to suggest there's more than one of me? Then show me the evidence. Show me something that proves there's more than one of me.
I have a firm grasp of the situation now, Iris. You have a sister, don't you? A twin sister, perhaps. That's right. Dahlia Hawthorne. A woman I know only too well.
Well, they really are twins. Even the way they do their hair.
I had no idea you knew of her. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. But she's no longer...
Yes, I know. Her sentence was carried out recently, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
Thank you.
There's no need to explain now, is there, Iris? The second you was here at the temple on the night of the murder. It was your twin sister, Dahlia Hawthorne.
But you just said it yourself a second ago. My sister's dead. Have you forgotten that?
Have you forgotten this, Iris? This is a channeling dojo, a training ground for the Crane channeling technique. That night, someone channeled Dahlia's spirit, and you knew about it. And that's a secret you've been trying to hide from me.
No! Oh, God. Oh, God. Sometimes I hate being right, man. Kin is not the top mod around here. Kin, shush. Wait. Pictures. Pictures. Not metal. Proven fact. Horse is not metal. Oh my God, they're so cute. Oh, look at their long faces. I want to boop their noses. Oh, look at those big puppies. The stompiest of mices, and here's a less snowy version. Oh, I love them. They're so cute. They're giant puppies. Do you have any like toys you like to play with them, Eats Haven't? I've seen videos of like horses running around with giant balls. Geeky! Oh my God, Geeky. You missed my giant reaction to finding out the truth. Pearls has two sisters, twins. Oh. And one of them's Dahlia. Dahlia's dead. I'm confident Maya is channeling Dahlia right now. Riding a sofa? That's so freaking cute. Okay, night of the crime.
I was in my room in the main hall.
Yeah! Thanks so much, Geeky man. I really appreciate it, dude. The drama in here is astounding. Geeky, how you doing today, man? Oh, Gerard. Oh my God, look at that face. It's so cute. Oh, I wanna pet them.
I was in my room in the main hall that night. As soon as I heard that I'd been spotted at Inner Temple, I knew it was my sister, Dahlia, the other half of me who passed away last month.
Just as I suspected, the Iris that Sister Bikini saw the Inner Temple on the night of the murder. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Why didn't you tell me this before?
I just watched a horror movie. Insert guinea pig smile. Oh, what movie did you watch, Geeky man? Juan?
Because my sister always does the right thing.
Are we talking about the same person here?
Excuse me?
And because I mustn't get in the way of what she's trying to do. I already betrayed her once before. I can't do it again.
You betrayed her? What do you mean?
That's why I have to accept I may be found guilty. It's the only way.
What is she talking about?
Black Swan. I hated how good it was. Wasn't actually a horror, but might as well consider it as one. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of it. What's it about?
You know about it, don't you, Mr. Wright? About the fake kidnapping that took place here on Eagle Mountain 11 years ago.
Ah!
That was the start of it all. It's what started her down that twisted path. She started to commit crime after crime, and in the end, she she lost her life. It's all because I betrayed her.
How did you betray her, Iris?
It was no coincidence that Eagle Mountain is where the exchange was to take place. After all, I helped plan the whole thing.
You did?
What?
But I got scared, so I ran away.
What are you talking about? Why would you help her? Stealing $2 million from your own father, that's awful.
But I promised that I'd help. And she didn't do it for the money.
Huh?
It was revenge on our father.
Revenge?
What? About a ballet dancer striving to perfection to the point of insanity and becomes schizophrenic. Oh, that's Black Swan. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds really interesting, Geeky. I'm glad you liked it, man. Oh, wow, that was a while ago. I'm not surprised I haven't heard of it, but yeah, I might look it up. Right, the gravy. It looks like honey, kind of, from Winnie the Pooh. The only thing that kept me from shivering my body off was my water and sushi. Wa Batur and sushi. I love sushi. The lead actor won an Oscar for it, so I wanted to watch it. Oh, I'm glad like it turned out to be a good show, man. I'll look up a trailer for it at least, because it sounds familiar, but I don't think I've seen it.
He was a hideous man. He threw our mother away and then sent her to hell.
Her mother? She must be talking about Morgan Fay.
Sue by Shay? More like Sue by Slay. Yes, Geeky.
Our mother was the eldest daughter of the main branch of the Fay family. The Maine family had a lot of influence in Maine business and political circles at the time. As the eldest daughter, our mother was set to inherit all of that as the next master. That's the reason our father married our mother in the first place, for power.
Power?
But his plan backfired, because our mother's sister took it all from her. She took over as the master of Karain.
That would be Misty Fay, Maya's mother.
We know, Phoenix, we know.
But before long, the credibility of the Karain tradition hit rock bottom. The new master, Mystic Fay, made a terrible mistake. It was during the investigation of the DL6 incident.
Coco! How's it going? Who you think is the killer? Well, now I think it's Dahlia. Giant plot twists. I think it's Maya being summoning her, who's locked up behind there.
After that happened, our father took me and my twin sister away, leaving my mother and her home behind. He hated the place. He said it was a hick dive and that he had no reason to stay there.
And that's when you came here to the Hazur temple.
Yes, the woman my father took as his next wife already had a daughter, Valerie. I had no place in his new family, you see.
Oh!
And I haven't seen my mother once since then. Having the master's seat stolen from her and being rejected by her own family. I've heard she's been very battered, spiritually and emotionally.
I think I'm finally beginning to see how the pieces fit together.
I have asked her everything I can in my capacity as a prosecutor. This incident, everything related to it, goes back to the history of the Fae clan. Ace, you got me. you got me, man. You got me. So proud of you, Cole. Did you call it Delilah? Thank you, Coco. Thank you so much. I'm trying to work on my pronunciation.
That's what it looks like. Iris, there's just one more thing I want you to tell me.
What is it?
During the incident in which your sister, Dahlia Hawthorne, poisoned a lawyer, she began a relationship with a certain college student in order to hide the evidence. That college student, have you heard anything about him?
Well, I did hear one thing. She said she hated his guts.
I see. Thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
Hurry up, Phoenix Wright. There is still much to investigate.
Leave these locks to me. I'll open them for you, I promise.
Thank you. I suppose I better continue my investigation. There's still one giant secret left to unlock. Pearl's Psyche Lock.
Damn, man. Holy. Well, poor Phoenix, man. Poor Phoenix Wright. They sponsor horse toys. I need to get a giant ball, but here is a small ball in a tree. Human, why do you hang it in that tree where it's hard to crouch in one bite? Aww, it's so cute. Oh, I want a horse now. And here's a rolly thing full of trees. Aww, they're so cute. Etavin, I'm so glad you're sharing these with me. I want a horse now. Guys, do you think I can convince Clem to get a horse? I'm sure she'd say yes. Gotta think of ways to distract myself before sleeping. This stream helps. But what else? I'd rather eat a fish. Which I am. Touche. I still can't believe I got the Wordle on stream the other time. What was it? It was like slosh. That was incredible. You need to make sure you don't blow up Glem before you get a horse. Why would I blow up Glem? What are you talking about? We wouldn't have to name the horse Gordy, obviously. I think it was Slush or Slosh, something like that. All right.
All right. Time to track down pearls.
Yo, Bastard Man! No, stream's still on, man. We just found the giant twist that Iris had a twin sister.
Look at that! They really did make a fire right in front of the shack.
Oh, Mr. Nick.
You're too late, Nick. If you came here for one of our potatoes, we've already polished them all off.
I think I pretty much got all the evidence I need. Now I just need to find out what Pearls is hiding.
Your place because of the stove? I did not almost explode the stove. I just accidentally left the gas on for 2 seconds as I was trying to relight the lighter. I would have never exploded the kitchen. It's fine, guys. With your neighbor's rabbit. Wait, what? Oh, yeah! I forgot about that. we have room for horse. We totally have room for horse. I'm excited for Dreamcatcher new album next. Oh, K-pop. Got it. I was like, what's that? All right, Pearls. All right, Pearlsy Whirlsy. Let's do this. Take that! Take that! Rop.
After dinner on the night of the murder, you were supposed to be in your... Yes, I was so happy. You didn't go.
You were at the inner temple. Snack time for Wooly. Yes. Snack time for Wooly. New wheel. You went there because of this letter.
Well, Pearls, this is what you were worried about, right?
Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry. No, you were. I'm worried about Maya. Maya. Ugh, you were. Oh my goodness. You were here. If our band, no one would be interested in, because it isn't K-pop. What is it, Master? Shoot your shot, man. We might know it. We might know it.
Take that! Throws Maya at her. It's obvious that you were worried about pearls. It was Maya, wasn't it? You knew the training Maya was undertaking was dangerous. After all, it was a special course.
Oh yeah, we know Imagine Dragons, man. I don't follow them or listen to them much, but like I know some of their songs. Resist? Resist what, Drippy? Boop. We got one. Okay. You were listening for the bell because we have a note here saying you were supposed to listen for the bell. Oh, resist. Imagine Dragon. Yeah, I got you, Drippy.
All right. You were given some instructions to follow for the night, weren't you? I presume you recognize these pieces of papers. Well, where did you? In the incinerator at the inner temple. Pearls, you were following the instructions in this letter that night, weren't you? And that's why you couldn't afford to miss the sound of the lights out bell. I'm speechless, Mr. Nick. You're amazing. These instructions that were found in the incinerator, I believe they were written for you, Pearls. For me? I know. As you can see, a large portion has been burnt. The last section is still fairly legible. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirits.
These people are really bad at using incinerators, right? Righty, Tavern? I mean, she is like 8, so I don't blame. Nerdster 23, ew. Nasty.
Who was it, Pearls? Whose spirit were you supposed to be channeling?
Only real ones know. Like, paper is really, really easy, right? You wouldn't even need an incinerator, just like a match. It'd be so easy. Get that sentence away from me.
Taking into account the author of the notes and their purpose for writing it, whose spirit would Pearls have been trying to channel? It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? That was the name that was in the letter.
Oh, we're so close.
It's just as I suspected. It wasn't Iris whose sister Bikini met at the inner temple that night. It was Dahlia Hawthorne. Do you know anything about her, Pearls? Do you know what kind of woman Dahlia Hawthorne was? No. I've never heard of anyone by that name before reading those instructions. I thought so. Pearls doesn't have a clue. She doesn't know that Dahlia is her sister.
Oh, that's even more messed up. Oh my god.
About the instructions in the letter I found, Pearls. Who wrote them? Whoever it was asked you to channel the spirit of someone you've never heard of. You must have quite a lot of respect for them. After all, you followed their instructions without question.
You never watch a ColeHillChills stream? Geeky, get out of here. Oh my god, Ace. Ace, you have so much. Ace, okay, real quick, Ace. Are you ready? We found out in order that Iris is Pearl's older sister, and that Iris has a twin sister, which is Dahlia Hawthorne. Iris and Dahlia were taken away by her father from the Morgan girl we know, Pearl's mom, because Morgan never became the headmaster. Then he donated Iris to this place and kept Dahlia for himself. And the father is the jeweler who Dahlia stole for. Basically, it's a fucked up family tree. Yeah, that sums it up, basically. But yeah, Pearls has two older sisters, and Pearl was born after they were taken away, so she doesn't know any of them. So we think Maya is being locked up right now because she's channeling Dahlia. I mean, that's my theory, at least, that Maya actually is a demon, you know? Oh, Master, it's because, like, we had a giant reaction. You missed it. I was freaking out. I was yelling. Yeah, Pearl needs therapy, and a lot of it. Soon. Pearls is Maya's cousin. Yeah.
So here's my next question.
No one clipped it.
Who wrote this set of instructions for you to follow?
It must have been her mom. In short, this family has more legal issues than Gregory Edgeworth. Yeah, essentially.
Pearls! I have to wonder about something. You didn't have any idea what these instructions meant, did you? But,
What?
But you followed them to the letter regardless. Why? Because it was your own mother who asked you, that's why.
And the Flash onesie. Oh, absolutely best game so far, Geeky. Hands down. Yeah, no worries, Geeky, man. Enjoy your BTS unboxing.
How did you? I figured it out. The person who wrote you this letter was your own mother, Morgan Fay. Well... Alright, Pearls. It's time you started telling me the truth. Mr. Nick, Why is she holding back from me? I don't like this. Don't underestimate me. Just because I'm a child. Huh? If you're trying to say I follow these instructions, I like to see some proof. What? Because I don't think you have any. She'd say anything rather than admit to carrying out those instructions. And I guess I'll have to produce some more evidence then.
Jesus. I'll have to have a nice toasty bath before heading to bed. Aw, that sounds lovely, Coco. Have a fun time, everyone. Bye. Oh, have a great night, Coco. Enjoy your bath. And say thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Okay, evidence.
All right, Pearls. We both know someone carried out these instructions on the night of the murder. But you're right. There's no evidence that proves it was you. I knew it. However, I do know that whoever did it was a child. Huh? How do you know that? It couldn't have been an adult. No adult would have made a simple mistake like that. Simple mistake? What do you mean by that? I'm sure you thought you were carefully following the instructions you've been given. But you misunderstood some of the words, and this is the evidence that proves it.
You did? Once you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. Use a picture of her. Use it on your channel. I know you can do it. Burn this. Also make something. Muffins. Tell anyone about this letter. Don't, I'm assuming. Gravely roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring out vengeance to fruition. Gravely roast the master. Gravely, but you misunderstood. Why does Morgan want to roast me? I don't know, Master. You tell us, man. Have you done something you shouldn't have been doing? The gravy? Gravely oh my god. Coffee cups. You're so right. It's the gravy. Oh my god.
It was you who splattered gravy on this hanging scroll, wasn't it?
But what? Why would I do something like that?
Do you remember what was written in the letter?
Gravy roast.
Gravy roast the master in the fires of Hades and bring our vengeance to fruition. But you didn't know how to read the words gravely and roast, among others, right?
How do you know that?
Remember the conversation you had with Miss Dexium on the night of the murder?
Perhaps we can read some books together.
Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Yes, so they read. How do you read this? It says gravely. Oh! Oh my god! She had that letter ages ago. Oh my god! That's so dumb.
Sure, Miss Dexium taught you how to read gravely and roast, but what she didn't teach you is what they meant.
Gravely sounded like gravy to me, and the only roast I could think of was the food.
And that's why you did it. That's why you covered the picture of Master in gravy from the night of the pot roast.
Oh my god. So her mom wrote her child, who was bad reader, a letter of important instructions. A lot of mistakes. So many mistakes were made each happened. Jesus. The fact that she was carrying around this letter, basically asking her to commit murder, and she's like, how do you say this word? Oh my god.
To be honest, I did think it was a bit strange. I guess I really did get the wrong idea.
Just a tiny bit.
I really am useless. I couldn't even burn the letter properly as my mother had asked for me. Such a simple thing, and I couldn't even do it right.
Oh, Pearls. This kid can't read, can't light things on fire. Jeez, man, what good is she? To be fair, she was like more homeschooled than I was. Like, she didn't know what a train was. Requesting Irma Gerd as a sound routine.
After the dinner that night, I did go to the inner temple with a pot full of leftover gravy.
Welcome back, Car.
The gravy.
I saw the picture on the hanging scroll near the cavern. I was sure it was the Master of Karain like it said in the letter.
I see. And then?
Well, it was already way past 10 when I got there because of all the snow. So I went to the inner temple quest area.
The quest area?
Yes, I thought I could wait there until the training was over.
Why didn't you just go to the training hall?
because Miss Maya's main training had already started, and I couldn't interrupt it. So I just stayed where I was and prayed for her to get through it. But then
Pearls, did you fall asleep?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I just couldn't help it.
Hey, don't worry about it, Pearls. Who cares if you fell asleep? I fell asleep waiting for Iris too. It happens.
Anyway, then you found yourself trapped in the inner temple.
Yes, when I woke up, it was morning. I tried not to cry, but Dusky Bridge wasn't there anymore, and there was no one in the training hall. I thought everyone had left me because I overslept. I threw the letter into the incinerator, then I heated up the leftover gravy and let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you...
What? And let off some steam by chucking the gravy on the scroll while you cried?
You thought vitamin C and calcium were the same thing, and brother didn't know how to eat an orange. Yeah, so at least I knew what a train was. Okay, the calcium and vitamin C, that's an honest mistake. Anyone could have got that wrong. I'm just saying. 3 cases left from Great Attorney 2. I'll complete every game in this series after that. Oh, nice, Master Man. I forgot the calcium thing. I had to throw gravy on paintings when I cried too. It's therapeutic, you know. It's its own kind of art, and the aroma, the smell in the air, it relaxes you, you know. I know what it's like. Nick used to leave me behind when I fell asleep at school too. Can confirm.
Don't equate something so trivial with her experience, Larry.
So she didn't summon anybody.
It was written right in my mother's letter. It said, as soon as you hear the lights out bell, you must channel her spirit. I was on my way over to the inner temple when I heard the bell ring.
So you channeled Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit?
No. I tried, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it happened.
Wait, did Cole just read quest as quest, or am I tripping? What did I read as what? Also, I feel the calcium thing. For so long, I thought chocolate milk came from brown cows. Okay, no, that's not a different level, Ace. Calcium and vitamin C, that's an easy mix-up. You don't equate that with thinking chocolate milk came from brown cows. Did you also think strawberry milk came from pink cows, or?
I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. I tried and tried and tried. Yesterday, this morning, the whole time. But I just couldn't do it.
It's because Maya's channeling her. She's still taking over Maya's body. That's why she can't do it. Okay, so you've missed some things. So, yeah. Okay, so Dahlia is dead. It's been 5 years since she was in jail, and her sentence to be executed happened a month ago. She's dead. She's dead. They executed her. So the letter, did you see the letter we found? Yes. That was from Morgan to Pearls to summon Dahlia. Also, the reason why there's gravy on the picture is because Pearls read the word wrong. It even had a flashback to Pearls asking her what gravely means. It's a kind of a tough word. Pearls put gravy on the picture of the master because that's what she thought the last part was supposed to say. Instead of what's it say? Gravely roast the master. Gravy roast the master. The Iris knew her sister died a month ago. She helped, or was supposed to help, with the jewel heist on the bridge that happened here, but she didn't apparently. She ran away because she was scared. We don't know. She still thinks her sister always does the right thing. Not sure. Not sure. The other girl? Oh, that was her stepsister, Dahlia's stepsister. When, okay, remarried, and she already had a daughter. Was there anything to catch you up with? I think that was it. Yeah, a lot happened. Iris doesn't know Phoenix dated Dahlia, and Phoenix was like, yo, so like, did she ever talk about the person she dated? And she was like, yeah, all I know is she hated his guts. Like, cool. So my theory from the other stream is still proving to be correct, that Maya is being possessed by a demon. It's Dahlia. She was seen in 2 places at the same time. And Pearls can't summon her because she's already been summoned. No, I think she's dead. I think Maya summoned her, and that's why she's being locked up behind there, because Dahlia still has Maya's body. And she was for sure seen in 2 places. And that's why she went over to the tower, because she was like, no, wait, like she saw me? That means my sister had been channeled or something. Yeah. And that's where we're at. Galam! Send help. Tell Cole not to bully me about cows. Cole thought that during a stream 3 weeks ago. Whatever. But that's not on the same level. Not on the same level. Not on the same level, coffee cups. Never write down your crimes. Yeah, never write down your crimes. Also, don't give instructions to an 8-year-old who can't read on how to murder somebody. Yeah, don't use small children as accomplices in murders either. Yeah. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think that's everything I caught Gleb up with. I think that was everything. Yeah. So, intense stuff. If you want, I'll come flying through the sky for you. Whoosh, just like that.
So, she never managed to channel the spirit. Is that why you think spiritual powers are gone?
Yes, I don't know what to do.
Isn't there any other explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit?
I suppose there's one other possibility. It's not very likely, though.
Could you please tell me what it is anyway?
It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit.
I knew it. Oh, also someone called Dahlia a demon. So I'm right. Maya's being possessed by a demon. I'm right. I feel so proud I called that, guys. Out of nowhere, I guessed it.
Someone else? What do you mean?
Well, there's only one of each spirit, right?
Yep. It's like dating a girl, Nick. You can't see a hot chick if she's already taken. But okay.
Then what would that would mean on the night of the murder? Someone else channeled her spirit before Pearls could.
Do not have call waiting. Yeah, no, they don't.
Someone else channeled the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne.
I am not Cat. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm a failure. I couldn't even grant my mother's final wish.
Her final wish?
Yes, this letter. This is my last wish, she said. So make sure you follow the instructions carefully.
This letter. I definitely need to find out more about it.
Nor do they have Zoom. Do you have a Zoom meeting for spirits? Can you hold, please, Pearls? There's another medium on the line. All right, yes, I'm back with you.
Hi, I'd like two orders of burgers, please.
This is not McDonald's. This is a spirit you've called.
Oh, do you have sushi?
I fully imagine that's how Maya summons people. She's like,
oh, whoops, wrong number.
Ken, yeah, our favorite mod. How are you doing, Ken the Almighty? So make sure you don't put gravy on the painting.
My mother has gone to a place called the Penitentiary. The Penitentiary. Penitentiary.
Yeah, I know, Pearls.
I visit her every month. And last month, she told me
Oh, God. The time we've been waiting for has come, Pearl.
There's something I need you to do for me. I hid a letter for you at her home before they brought me here. I want you to read it and do exactly what it says.
It's for the good of the Fey clan, my angel.
I'm sure you'll do great. Now listen carefully, and I'll tell you where the letter's hidden.
Coffee cup, sometimes I just can't read, okay? Can't read gravely, but knows the word penitentiary. I know, right? I don't even know the word.
My mother is always nice to me. I love her very much.
Pearl, your mother is a murderer. Yeah, moms will do anything for their kids, right?
She said it was for the good of the Fae clan, so I knew I had to help her. I mean, Mystic Maya is part of the Fae clan, so I had to be good for her too.
No, Pearls.
That's right, isn't it, Mr. Nick?
I guess so, yeah.
There was a picture with her letter too.
A picture?
Of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. Usually a picture is enough to channel someone's spirit, but this time...
Pretty weird, huh?
Like Larry knows anything about this stuff.
There's something else that was strange about my mother's letter. The seal on it was broken, as if someone had already opened it once before.
That sure is pretty strange. Larry is just the token straight guy who likes to chime in, you know?
Someone had opened it already.
Intriguing.
Thanks, Pearls. You really helped me out.
You're very welcome. My mother is watching over us, so I'm sure Miss Maya will be all right.
Look at that innocent smile on her face. What am I supposed to say to her?
The truth. Huh. Oh, God. Finally figured it out, have you, Trite? You finally realize how terrible of a crime being painfully obvious is. Wait, terrible of a crime being painfully obvious is.
Got it!
The entrance to the sacred cavern looks like a freaking puzzle workshop.
I guess he's talking about Iris and the lock-breaking effort.
But it's all a waste of time.
Why do you say that?
Because Maya Fey isn't coming back.
What? You don't know what you're talking about. How can you say something like that?
It was your job to protect her, Trey. Oh, oblivious. Oh, thank you, Coffee. Just like it was your job to protect Mia Fey. Two sisters caught up in the worst circumstances.
I realize that, but...
And you were the only one who was by their sides. You were the only one who could have saved them. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ken. Much appreciated.
But I didn't know anything about what was going on.
Ah, what did I just say, Trey? Being oblivious is a heinous crime in itself. Tomorrow, we'll settle everything in court tomorrow. Once and for all. Yep. Fades away. Okay, I know these characters after all. They are from that Mystery Skulls music video. Everything makes complete sense now. I don't think I've seen that. Gotta thinks women are very, very fragile. Yes, he does. Yeah, Coffee? Okay, I gotta look it up now. The Mystery Skulls music video? Interesting.
Mr. Nick, is what that man just said true?
It'll be all right, Pearls. I'm sure Maya's alive. You'll see for yourself tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I know I can trust you, Mr. Nick.
Uh-oh.
My dear Pearl, you've done so well, my child. My Pearl.
Blech.
It's better that you don't know what you've done. I knew this day would come for you.
The blood of the Maid family is no more. Now, finally, after all this time, the master's seat is yours. My last great wish. It seems I was just in time.
Is she dead? Is she dead as well? Was she watching over us? Yes, coffee cups. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if she died, we would have heard of it from Pearls, or she would have had a harder time, you know? Right? Turntable turnabout. I get it now. The turntable turnabout? Wait, but this is Bridge the Turnabout. Is that why? That's what this chapter's called. Oh God. We can't. If we start now, we will. I feel like this is gonna be a one giant twisty thing. What words? Case trial. I feel like we'll have to pick this one up on the next one. Otherwise we'll be here for another few hours. How about Cyclops from X-Men? The music video. But this chapter is also called Turnabout. The one that uses Ace Attorney in it? What? Okay, I gotta look up this music video. What? Cat, I'm sorry, but I can't stream forever. There's a music video? Oh my God, and it uses Ace Attorney characters. Oh! The turntable turnabout. Oh! I have to watch this now. I'll watch it afterwards. That's so... Oh, I didn't know there's a music video with these characters in it. Interesting. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. Okay. Should we just chat in the meantime? I know this is gonna be a big one. I know this is gonna be a long one. Ready for work? Yeah, no worries, Cat. You love chatting? God, I love to hear that, Trippy, man. Let's chat, man. Let's chat. Trippy, how was your birthday party, by the way? Not your birthday, but how was the party? Happy birthday, Trippy. Mystery Skulls are great, and the same guy did some other ones for them that makes a little series. Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna look them up now. I love Ace Attorney stuff. I will for sure look it up. It was fun. Oh, good to hear it, Trippy man. Good to hear it. You're still here? Oh, I'm kidding, Cat. Lasagna. Yes, lasagna. We love lasagna here. We do love lasagna. Whoa, Cat, lay off the drip drop. Lay off, Drippy. The other videos are not Ace Attorney related, but they are like an alternative universe Scooby-Doo. Oh. I mean, both are like, they both solve mysteries, so, you know, makes sense. Like, for not being disappointed would be cool. What? Drippy, is a lasagna made out of cheese? I swear to God. I swear to God, Trippy. And here I was offending you. I'm extremely disappointed in you, Trippy. Extremely disappointed. God damn it. Penitentiary. 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 Penitentiary? I maybe. Is that penitentiary? I think Glem saved me. Could you penitentiary? Where does a shuri come from? Penitentiary. Yeah, that's it apparently. Okay. There we go, guys. There we go. I got it eventually. We might as well chill here for the last few minutes. Might as well do some chilling here. This is it. The next 10 minutes is me doing this. Crump pictures? Yes, please. I would rather fancy some crump pictures. Doom, doom. Posting pictures of me from high school. Aw, but we'd love to see high school pictures, coffee cups. I assume you like... I love... Could you tell from the Kerbos and the Kirby music playing? I love Kirby. Shut up. Oh my god. Queen DDD. Oh, I love it. Oh my god, that Kirby hat. I want that for myself. I want a giant Kirby on my head. That looks hilarious. Oh my god, that's amazing. Another and hope I pull Kirby. Oh, it's like random every time you open it. I love that. Full mode crumples. Oh, Crumpet's so cute. DDD, he's the one you should know. DDD. So there's some for blind boxes. Oh, but I want the Kirby one. I want the Kirby one for myself. Is there? I want 2 hats. I want a Toad hat, and I want a Kirby hat. I want to add them to my collection. Have command so people can redeem them. My brain cells at work is called dancing to this. My brain cells at work are always, no, please God, let it stop, you know. I'm glad yours are having a bop and a vibe time, Cat. And here's blob mode. Oh, what a blob. Crumpet's so cute. Does Crumpet get along with the horses? Does Crumpet ever, like, get to see the horses or, like, you know, be friends with them? If you haven't doesn't have pictures of me from high school, they don't exist in digital form. Yes, Cat. Yes, Cat. I would love to see your new hair. Of course, Cat. Please, please do. She looks at them out of the doorway sometimes. Aww. She has no desire to approach. I feel like my dogs would, if they saw horses outside the window, would be like so confused. I don't think they've ever seen a creature larger than them. I'm sure they'd still want to go see them though. Yes, Cat! Get that purple hair! Oh, I love the color. The dark and the purple will go really well together. Yes, Cat. Yes, I hate... I hate... Your name looks like it looks like, I don't, like a brochure, like #1 Colossi fan, and then it shows you like you've won the award in the yearbook or something. That's quite cursed. Oh my god, Ace, are you still here? I was playing with my siblings the other day, my brothers, and I mentioned we were talking about Tim Hortons. And I told them what you told me about the flavors being from Beaver Bussy. Oh, he was not happy about it. One of my brothers was like, "Oh yeah," he knew all about it and like read off from the internet exactly what you said as well. But my other brother was he was so disgusted. So thank you. I now have cursed knowledge I can share with my siblings. Gonna go for no. Gonna go for no, Kin. Gonna go for no. Gonna go for a solid no. First, VIP. You know, you gotta go in stages. You know. No, Cat. No. See your brother with pussies? I no, gladly did not. Chippy just sent me a picture of a dog in a penguin costume. Oh, 2 dogs in penguin outfits. Okay, that's really cute. Oh, a 3rd dog. There's dogs in penguin outfits. I'm sorry, Kin Man, but I can't have everyone be a VIP. There's only a certain amount of VIPs to go around. Ship me Cole Hill stickers, and I'll think about getting it. How about no? Cat, I do believe you're a good mod. I'm just not looking for mods right now. I'm good. Before I had so many mods, like I had way more mods than I had in chat, and people will come in and be like, whoa, that's a lot of swords. So now we have a good balance, you know? We have a good balance. 28K. He's got his eyes on me. Kin, if you can make it to 50K, I might drop the price for you, buddy. I might give you a discount, a friends and benefits discount. Since you have the founder's badge and all that, I might give you a discount. Yeah, it would just be mods and VIPs in chat. It was weird. Okay, music. Gotta love when just like it gets completely haunted by a demon. It's creepy. Like it's genuinely so concerning. Can we change the music next time? I can look for a different song for sure. I'm sick of this. Absolutely, Chippy Man. Yo, streamer, how's it going, dude? Why does Kid get a discount? Streamer, both of you guys have been here for a long time, so how about I can't, streamer? I will also offer you the friends of benefits discount. How about that, streamer? How about that? We're in a game, VC. Oh, so you guys heard? Okay, I was like, where does streamer come from? How did he hear that? I can hear you through my mic. Oh my god. Which of you keeps asking? I believe that's streamer. But it is definitely something both would say. Yeah, I'll definitely look for a new song. There's got to be new Kirby music out now with the new game that came out. Guess what? What, Drippy? What? What am I guessing? Ah, amazing. 10 out of 10. And with that, that's going to be the end of stream. Thanks for wrapping that up for us, Drip Drop. Oh, I really want to play the new Kerbo music. I'm supposed to be... What? Music. A game. Game. I'll play the Kerbo game on stream real soon. Yeah, that's going to be it for stream today, guys. Thanks so much for playing with us. And for... sticking around for that giant twist. I can't wait for this trial to continue. I'm sure it's going to get more twisty. We'll be back on Thursday with some Fall Guys. And until then, I hope you all have a terrific night. And thank you so much, eTavern, for the cute cat and horse pictures. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, Bozo Nation? Dead. Bozo Nation. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.